Go.
Hi, so stretch. Really, really important part of your fitness program is stretch. And even if you only ever did stretch, it would be so beneficial for you because it makes you more flexible. It increases your range of movement around your joints, like your knees, your hips, your back. In an ideal world, for those of you that's been joining me on these videos, will know that it's the one element of fitness that we should try to do a little bit of each day. I mean, my stretch program today, I'm going to try and do all the big muscles, and hopefully I'll get all the big muscles in. So if you could do this stretch section once a day would be amazing. But if you could do it like every other day, it'd be brilliant because you're doing all your big muscles in this section. So we're just going to start with a little bit of loosening up. I'm going to breathe in, bring my arms to the top and circle my arms through to the back, all the way around. So big circling arms, that's 3, 4, 5, and then we go 5 in the other direction, 2, 3, these are just mobility moves, 4, 5, and then I might go up and over to the side and reach, and to the other side and reach. So just loosening up all the way across to the side, and I'm going to do one more to each side, and the other. And then I'm just going to loosen up my back by just doing a little rock forward into my pelvis. So just tilting under, releasing back, tilt forward, release back. So I'm going to start with the roll down. This is for mobilising and releasing your spine. So it just opens up from your top of your neck here all the way down. At the top, we breathe in, we drop the chin to the chest. We roll down through the neck first, chin right down, shoulders up back. At this point, make sure you don't do this, so don't bend your legs. Even if you can only get so far down, don't bend your legs. Keep your legs straight with just a softening. So come down as far as you can, and then hold it at the bottom. We're going to take 2 to 3 breaths at the bottom, and we come back to the top, through your lower back, middle through your upper. Come to the top, drop your shoulders back, we'll start again, chin down first. Down through your neck, shoulders, upper back, middle to floor, we hold at the bottom. Remember not to bend your knees, just keep them soft. And we come all the way up to the top. Unfolding, and we're doing one more. Chin down, shoulders down, upper back, middle to lower, all the way down to the floor. Hold it at the bottom, try and increase that stretch if you can, without bending your legs. And then I'm going to come on to my mat. So that's your roll downs, as to mobilise and loosen and open up through your spine. I'm going to go straight down and I'm going to go to my quads first. So this is a really good stretch for the tops of your legs. Now I won't do the full demonstration of these stretches, but I will explain to you in the video what I would want you to do when you're doing your stretch. So we'd lie on the mat and we'd take the heel to the bottom. And if you can't do that, then you can maybe just get hold of your trouser leg. Or, I remember in last week's video I was explaining that if you can get like a tie or a strap and just wrap that around your foot, that will help you to bring the heel to the bottom. So the knees are together, heads down, and push the thigh muscle right down into the mat till you feel a really good stretch in the top of your leg. We would then hold that stretch for 20 slow seconds, and then the muscle will allow us to go a bit further. So we push a bit further, and we'd hold that for 20 slow seconds, and then we'd push it a bit further and do 20 slow seconds. So one side and then the other. So that's your quads. Just remember to do your quads, you get that pointed stretch where you can really feel a good stretch, and you hold it and try and relax. Your muscle will then relax, and then it will usually allow you to take a little bit further. 20 slow seconds, increase, increase. One side and then go straight to the other. And so that's your quads. We're then going to go to your lower back stretch. This is one of my favourites. It's a stretch that I have to do like every single day because I do suffer, like many of us do, with lower back problems. So this is brilliant for stretching out your lower back, especially first thing in the morning. It's a really good stretch to do for your back. I've got the arms to the side, elbows are bent, hands facing forward. Bottom and legs relaxed, so try not to tense these up. We're just pushing up, so you feel the stretch in your lower back, and we pause. We go 3, 2, 1, and we release back down. Some of you may only have to lift a little weight to feel that stretch, and others may have to come all the way up, but don't lift your hip bones off the mat. You're only coming as far as your waist. So full stretch, feel that stretch into your lower back. We'll go 3, 2, 1, and we release down. So back extensions, stretching your lower back, I would aim to do between 5 and 10 of those, holding each one at the top for 3 slow seconds. That's your back extensions. From back extensions, we're going to push back, take the bottom back to the heels, the chest to the thighs, arms are out in front, and we're going to do the lion stretch. So we walk the hands all the way around to the side. We hold it, you'll feel a really good stretch down the side of your body. We hold that for 20, as we did with the quads, then we'd increase it for another 20, and then we'd increase it for another 20, and then we'd go all the way around to the other side. So that's your lion stretch. Now some people are not comfortable in this position, so as an alternative starting position, you could lie flat with your arms in front and just walk your hands around from here. As long as you're not moving your whole body, so the rest of your body from your waist downwards stays in one position. We're just holding that and then we're increasing it. So that's your lion stretch, and that is to stretch all the way down the side of your body. We're going to do the cat stretch next. So come up onto all fours, knees under your hips, hands under your shoulders. We're going to round up. This is a little bit like back extension. So it's 3, 2, 1, and go flat. Lift and hold. 3, 2, 1, and release. Try not to do that. Yeah, just make sure that you only come into the flat back. So the stretch is to round up through your bottom and just tilt your pelvis under and hold that 3, 2, 1, and release to the flat back position. So the cat stretch, like back extensions, we do between 5 and 10. Another really, really good stretch for your deep lower back. One more. This is something that some of you may need to build up to, but we'll give it a whirl. Some of you may be able to go into the pigeon stretch. If you find it uncomfortable, leave this one out. This is a stretch for your glutes. We sit back, taking your heel into the groin. We sit back there, rest your head down on your hands, and this is a really good stretch for your outer thigh and your bottom. We just hold that one for about 20-30 seconds, and then obviously we change to the other side. So that's all your big stretches on your front. We're then going to roll over onto our back and do the rest of the big muscle groups. So we're going to start with the hamstring stretch, which works a little bit similar to your quad stretch, as in you hold it for 20 seconds, then you increase it, and then you increase it a little bit more. So you're on your back, make sure that your knees are bent. We're going to shake out the leg. We're going to straighten the leg up. Now some of you may only need to go that far to feel a stretch. You can, same with the quad, you can use a band, that makes it a little bit easier if you put a band around your foot. Okay, but what I want you to make sure you do not do is bend your knee. So only come as far as you need to come to feel a stretch down the back of your leg. Make sure that your foot is flexed, so your toe is pointing down, your heel is up, so we've not got a foot like that, we've got a foot like this, and this also stretches into your calves. So I've been holding that for 20 slow seconds, then I would increase it, 20 slow seconds, another increase, 20 slow seconds. From there, I would take that foot across my knee, and then I'd bring that leg off the floor, and this is stretching all the way through your outer thigh and your bottom. For those of you that struggle with this one, in the last video I did on stretching, what I explained you could do is I could put that left foot now, rest it against the wall or against the bed, and that will help you to do this stretch a little bit easier. So this is your glute stretch, all the way through your bottom and your outer thigh, holding that again for 20 seconds, increase and increase again. And from here, I would go straight through to my spine twist. So I do all one side and then do all the other side. So from here, just let that knee drop over to the side. So my knee's going that way, my head's going that way. I'm going to hold that stretch, which is a brilliant stretch through your waist and the middle of your back. Try not to let your shoulder lift, so try and keep your shoulder flat. Just breathe into that stretch. The easier version of this would be to bring your knees together. So if you bring your knees together like so, and you hold it there, the harder version, the top knee goes over the leg. Harder still, you can stretch that leg out to the side. So that's your spine twist. I'm going to come back to the centre. What I would do is I'd have a little rock here, forward and back, and then I'd change sides and do all three. So that would be your hamstring first, remember 20 slow seconds, increase it 20, increase it for 20, then I would take the foot across, bring that leg off the floor, or rest that foot against the bed or the wall or your settee if you're down in your living room, and hold it there, 20, 20, 20. Then I would take that knee over to the side and I would hold that into the spine twist. So that's your middle of your back, making sure your shoulders are flat. Then I would go back to the middle, drop my feet to the floor and just let my knees open up to the sides. And this is your open hip stretch. So this is brilliant for your inner thighs and your hips. Now, I said in the last video that in Western cultures we tend to be very inflexible in this area. So this is a really good one for your hips and your inner thighs. You just hold that and just breathe into it. And then if you can increase it, what I often do is just put my hands on my inner thigh and just push a little bit further into that stretch. So this is your inner thigh and your hip stretch. So we're holding that for 20 seconds, increase, 20, increase. And I bring my knees back to the middle. I would have a little rock forward and back, little rock side to side, and then either rock yourself to seated or push yourself to seated at the top. Just going to do a little bit more on that inner thigh and hips. So come to the top, and then for those of you that don't like to work with the wide leg stretch, you can, as an alternative, bring your feet together. And we could just have a nice straight back here, and then the way you'd increase this is try and just nudge your knees down a little bit further towards the floor. I personally prefer to do the open hip stretch. So you've got your legs wide. If you find this really difficult, what you can do is you can wrap a band or a tie around a heavy table, or if you've got a bed that's got like legs on it, something heavy, or if you've got a nice willing friend or partner, if you get them to hold the band in front of you and just gently ease yourself forward like you're pulling on a rope. So my back's nice and straight, big deep breath in, and I ease forward, and you'll feel a really good stretch on your inner thighs. So this is like your hamstrings and your quads, where you go 20 seconds, then we breathe, and take it a little bit further, and we hold it for 20 seconds. I want to make sure that your shoulders are relaxed, your head is up, don't let your back down, try and keep your back straight. And then we go again, breathe, and we stretch a little bit further, 20 slow seconds. That's your inner thighs and the backs of your legs. We're going to complete with the seated spine twist. So we've got the arms to the side, the shoulders relaxed, the back is straight, and we twist and reach over the outstretched leg. Straighten up, twist and reach. To the centre, straighten the back first, twist and reach. This is really good for mobility of the spine. It also stretches down the backs of the legs. Keep it nice and controlled, not too fast. Reaching over the outstretched leg. I would probably do about 10 of those. Again, if you don't like working with the open legs, you could do the same thing by just fixing your lower body into one position. You can work with your legs crossed or your feet together like mine are. You put your hands here and you just twist to the side and back to the centre and twist to the side and so forth, seated spine twist. So with the stretch session, we've covered all of the large muscles like your quads, your hamstrings, your back, all the muscles, your bottom that cross your major joints. If you keep these muscles nice and flexible, nice and supple, they will massively increase your range of movement. They'll release the amount of aches and pains that we get. Stretching is so important. It's the one element of exercise that we are actually recommended to do in an ideal world every single day. So if you're having like a really busy day, this is me personally because my days are always busy. So what I tend to do is I get up in the morning and I do a condensed version of what we've just done. So I just literally get up, really good to stretch first thing in the morning, when you're nice and warm, straight down on your bedroom floor or even on your bed if you've not got the space. You can do all these stretches on your bed, most of the ones I've done, and just do a condensed version. So I would just do like a quicker version, maybe not hold for 20 seconds on each one and hold for 10 and increase. So I'd probably do in the morning maybe 5 or 10 minutes depending on how much time I've got. If you have got the time to do the longer session, you could do it in the evening. Just work with your lifestyle, what works for you, because you are more likely to fit in these exercise sessions if they fit into your lifestyle and they're not too hard for you to fit in. So thank you for joining me for the stretch session. In an ideal world, when you've got the time, ladies and gents, you can do all three. You could do the HIIT first, the cardio section, and then you can go straight to the toning and straight to the stretching. But the cardiovascular, you should be doing 3 to 4 times a week. Your strengthening work, like your press ups, your lunges, your abs, you try to do every other day if you can, or at least twice a week. A little bit of stretching every day if you